Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we are going to be finding out what happens if Arthur kills the kid who ends up taking his money and his satchel in Saint Denis. So in case you guys don't know what I'm talking about, this actually takes place in the very first mission in Chapter 4 called The Joys of Civilization, where you're tasked with finding some information on the whereabouts of Angelo Bronte. And it all starts when you meet Dutch at the Bastille Saloon.
Stick 'em up, cowboy.
Yeah, real funny, Dutch.
Oh, I thought so. So, here we are in a strange land of papists and rapists. America's very own Gomorrah.
This cities all look the same to me. So, how you get on?
I've been asking around about Mr. Bronte. From what I've heard, this establishment is our best lead, but I haven't had any joy in there so far.
So, I should just give it a shot?
I think so. Just keep it cool.
You know me?
I'll meet you back here anon.
So, mister, can I ask you a question? You ever hear of a fella by the name of Bronte?
Who's asking?
Me. I'm asking.
No, leave it, friend.
What do you mean, leave it?
Look, I don't know what business you in, but leave it, friend. You and your pal that was in here before.
Bronte? Angelo Bronte? Mr. Big, Mr. Italian, spaghetti-eating, long streaker piss big. He makes my skin crawl. I'm so swarthy, cocksucker. You know what I mean, friend?
Where can I find him?
Oh, well, I reckon you talk to them kids in the alley, they'll know I guess. Oh, and friend, you be careful now. Immigrants, they're not to be trusted.
All right, so after having that conversation with that hilarious drunk guy, he instructs us to go to the alley to speak to some kids because they apparently know where Angelo Bronte is. So that's what we do next. We go to the alley and we find these kids.
Hey, you got a cigarette, mister?
Maybe.
Huh?
I'm looking for a fellow named Angelo Bronte. Italian.
I know him. Everyone knows him.
Where is he?
We'll take you to him. What it'll cost?
I reckon I can pay.
$5.
Where's he live? New York?
I'm an entrepreneur. If you don't want to pay, then I don't want to walk.
That's a bad brat. Here. Come on.
This away. Let's go, mister. You coming, Cleet?
Okay, so the kid that we're going to be focusing on today is Cleet, the guy in like the reddish shirt. Also the one that I think is the most annoying. And he is also the one that happens to steal Arthur's satchel, his goods. Now, in case you guys don't know what happens, this kid sort of takes us on a little bit of a monologue throughout the city, saying like, this is what's here, that's what's there. And then all of a sudden, this guy steals our satchel.
Look at them fine steeples.
Hey, you little pair of shits!
So what's normally supposed to happen is you chase this kid throughout the city, and I'll actually show you guys those outcomes in a little bit, but I wanted to find out what would happen if we could stop this kid, and what would happen if we could also potentially kill him. Would it trigger some sort of like secret cutscene, or what would occur? And what happened was hysterical. So I was thinking, how could I stop this kid? Because he gets on like a moving cart and then he gets on a trolley. So I'm not going to really have time to like plant dynamite. A fire bottle isn't going to work. So I thought explosive arrows would actually work really well for this. So the first time I tried this, I had trouble aiming at the kid because every time you try and aim at him, like it makes you put your bow away. So that automatically was pretty tough, but I did find out that I could blow up the cart. So I was hopeful that if I was able to do this correctly, that I could actually take out the kid. Again, it is pretty tough to aim the arrows. I had a little bit of trouble with this, but eventually I got it down, and I was able to hit the cart, and what happened was hysterical. So when I hit the cart, the kid like flipped around and he was stuck on the back of it. So even though the cart blows up, he gets stuck to the back and then he sort of like rolls off and flips underground. That was absolutely hysterical. So that was amazing. Even though we weren't able to stop the kid, that was one of the funniest things I have ever seen. However, it did not accomplish our goal, as the kid was still able to get onto the streetcar and he was able to ride away. So I wanted to find out what would happen if we could stop the train car. So I tried the exact same thing, and I used the explosive arrows to try and stop the train car. And this actually ended up working. The streetcar actually completely stops. And as you guys can see there, the kid, whose name is Cleet, by the way, ends up getting stuck as well. So that is hysterical. You guys can see that he is just hanging off of the edge. Now, this is where I tried a couple of experiments. You still cannot shoot him or hurt him at all. So he becomes an invincible character. You also cannot lasso him either, which is a little bit unfortunate. And what I found to be interesting is that Rockstar didn't think of this, because the only way in which you could continue the mission is if you failed this checkpoint. So this kid Cleet won't get off the streetcar. He won't do anything. Arthur isn't able to speak to him right then and there. He literally just stays there hanging off the edge. And what's funny is when we blew up the train car, Arthur's satchel gets like super black too, so we burned up his whole satchel. I just think this whole thing is really funny. And I do think it's interesting that Rockstar didn't think about that someone would try and stop the train car. But that's what happens if you do. Unfortunately, you cannot kill Cleet, as he is super annoying, but you can stop him in his tracks, and you can have some absolutely hilarious experiments with the kid. And again, the only way in which you could complete the mission is if you ended up like failing it and then restarting it. Now, if you are interested in what happens to the fate of Cleet, there's actually two outcomes. There's an outcome if Arthur catches him, then there's an outcome if Arthur does not catch him. I'll show you guys those two right now.
You little bastard!
I was just playing.
Give me my things back.
Get off me, mister. I'm a good boy. I wash.
Give me my things.
Here.
Bronte?
At home.
Where?
The big house on Flavian Street, opposite the park.
Okay.
Welcome to Saint Denis, mister. It's quite a town.
Get lost.
What's the problem, friend?
Give me my things, boy.
What are you talking about, friend?
I ain't your friend, but that kid is, and he robbed from me. Now give me back my stuff and take me to Angelo Bronte.
Senor Bronte.
That kid was gonna show me before he robbed me. Now, come on.
You new in town, mister?
Come on.
Mr. Bronte's got a lot of friends, mister, but I ain't never seen you.
We ain't friends.
You don't like no one, mister. Mr. Bronte, he's got fine hair. He got a beautiful house, and I am proud to work for him. He got 50 men, mister. Why he gonna care a thing about you?
I just want to speak with him.
I'm sure you do, mister. You and them friends of yours been asking about him all over town. He been mighty disrespected. Bunch of muddy Yankees in town asking questions. Well, you and your friend should pay him a visit, mister. He's got a big house on Flavian Street opposite the park.
Hey, yokel.
Now, get out of here.
So anyways, that is what happens if Arthur tries to kill the kid that takes his money. his satchel, his belongings in Red Dead Redemption 2. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Are there any other experiments that you would like me to try? You can let me know in the comments down below or reach out to me on my Facebook page. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.